running into the cockpit, and Android has like the chair ready for you.
Do you know how to fly this thing, Android?
I am capable of performing simple maneuvers. However, my programming is not substantial enough to allow for the kind of decision-making that humans do.
Cool.
It's
love
gonna
this.
be you.
Love this journey for
you.
me. So I take the captain's chair and I guess we're going. I am freaking out.
Yeah, your heart's pounding hard in your chest. You're trying to remember everything that Yuhuan taught you about maneuvering the ship. And you can see the Esdes Ascendancy ship, this mass of cables, start peeling away from the station. And you gun the engines to pursue. Samson and Yuhuan, you find yourself in a very, very dark room. There's one little globe of like sickly green light that is kind of floating up maybe 30 feet up from you, and you can just see enough to like make out the silhouette of your hand in front of your face.
Samson, man. Are you there?
Yep. Are you okay?
I think so. What was that they shot us with?
I don't know. I think that whatever it was a tranquilizer of some sort. Hopefully we don't suffer any serious side effects from it.
This is so wild. Like, you said that they said something about your green light?
Whatever. I'm just going based off what they said when we were all together. I don't know why they'd want us to be here otherwise.
This is so wild. These things are crazy. They're crazy. They probed you, kidnapped you. What do you think they want with us?
No, honestly, I don't really want to stick around to find out.
Okay, but yeah, we gotta find a way out of here.
When you say that, you see like in front of you, maybe 10, 15 feet, is like a light turns on, like a yellow light, and it is lighting a cage door in front of you, kind of like very gothic, just wrought iron almost, kind of spiky. And there's the female Esdes, the one that you guys had made friends with, is standing there, cross-armed, and she says, "Well,
you fucking shady bitch! I knew that we couldn't trust you. What do you want with us?"
Knew, but was unable to do anything about it. You will be taken once we get out of range of the station, of course. We wouldn't want our unsavory business made public for everyone to know. But the Ascendancy captures creatures such as yourselves, possessing certain body assets that the Ascendancy finds desirable and will help us to greater achieve our ascended state and perfection of our true vessel.
You fucking psycho. You'll never get away with this. Help! 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 What? Help! This crazy ass cybernetic organ body harvester thing is help!
Unfortunately, the screaming will do you no good. You are already on board our ship.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. I'm sure our third member is going to be up all up in your business in just a little bit.
She's gonna find us and she's gonna accidentally kill you in some horrible accident, and it's gonna be all your fault. So, you just wait.
She smiles and says, "You mean the small, quiet youth that you had accompanying you? Yeah, I'm real scared."
That one. You just wait. The power
She is an impressive member of our team. You better not underestimate her. That's the only advice I can give you today.
And at least she doesn't have fucking weird appendages coming out of her face and has some fake voice box that she uses to copy languages. You think you're so cool? Well, guess what? You look like you're in some book. A book that no one's read for like 20 years. So you know what?
You could save the remarks for when we're pissing on their graves, alright?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm real stressed.
It's fine. Give you your opportunity to get your last lumps in. A better question for you now, you can decide this amongst yourselves, is who is going first? And she, struts away.
First for what?
And then shuts the light off again, so you're back. You've been plummeted back into darkness.
Are we tied down at all, or?
If you try, you notice that your hands are bound, but not your legs.
Okay, so we can stand up and walk around then. Mm-hmm. You, Juan, I need you to get under this light so I can see. I'm gonna try to get you untied. All right?
Okay. All right. I'm standing. Okay.
Can I diffuse? Diffuser roll?
Sure.
Ooh, 10.
Nice. Finally.
Finally.
We got you all the way into this bad situation.
Just to get it. All right.
All right. So, yeah, the situation's safe until significantly changed. So, yeah, you are able to remove the bindings on Yu Huan. And then Yu Huan is able to do the same for you now that their hands are free. Mm-hmm. So you have freed your hands and are just now in this very dark chamber of unknown size. You just know that there's a cage door in front of you.
I'm going to start walking around the perimeter of the cage and kind of inspecting everything.
Yeah. You can feel the walls feel like they're very kind of gritty. The whatever the material that this wall is made of is granular and not smooth. It is solid though. Everywhere except for this cage is just a solid wall of gritty material. Kind of, you would assume maybe concrete, if concrete were a thing that these aliens had.
Okay. Gotcha. Is there anything in the cell, or is it just bare bones?
There is, in the middle where you guys were kind of seated, there is a tall spire that goes almost to the ceiling that has chains for shackling somebody to the center of the chamber.
Okay.
Chains?
Do you think I could fashion some chains? Take the chains off?
You could try.
Yeah.
What are you planning to do with them once you get them off?
I'm gonna gear up and turn them into some fisticuffs.
Gotcha. So like a brass knuckles type situation.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think that is going to be
Unleash Power, you think?
Yeah, I think Unleash Power is probably the closest thing. Avoiding the device's side effects seems weird, but I could make it work in...
Yeah. I mean, it could be a weird material
I already have ideas. Don't worry about it.
It didn't work. I got a 5.
Cool.
Can I get a helping action? You want?
Right.
Can you help me out?
Got you,
We're gonna try to get these chains off.
Okay, I rolled a 11.
Okay.
Ooh.
So, on a 10+, you're going to pick 3 Demi. The device does exactly what you wanted. The device can be used again. You don't rouse other devices in your environment. You avoid the device's side effects.
We don't... The device does exactly what I want. We don't rouse any devices in the area. The device can be used again.
Okay. So, you like break these chains off of this like spire that they're connected to, and in the like kind of you start to wrap them around your hands and kind of like close it into a fist and give it a couple of test hits, and it seems to work. The longer you have it on your hands, though, you start to feel like a little bit of a burning sensation, like whatever these chains are made out of, or if they're coated in something, it is like hurting you to wield. Yeah, you've got those ready. You're kind of like standing behind the door, just waiting for something to happen.
Okay, so I am following this ship. It's probably a really rocky ride.
Yeah, it is. Let's find out how rocky, shall we?
Awesome. What am I rolling?
You're gonna roll Forge a Path.
Forge a path. Oh, shit. I'm gonna let you guess what I just rolled.
Is it 2 6s?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so that's a 13.
Okay. On a 10 plus, you pick one. You're exposed to danger as you travel. The route you took is lost. You can't take gear other characters with you. You take a lot longer than you expected.
So I'm gonna go with the route I took is lost.
All right.
Go with that
so the ship, this Esdes ship is speeding towards the other side of this sun. So you're making like a fast arc around it, and like passing like little, rocks and other items, debris, as you go, and you are laser focused on this ship is escaping with my friends. I need to get it. I'm going as fast as I can. I'm not thinking about where I came from. And so, yeah, you're completely lost at this point, but you're still pursuing the ship, and you are gaining on it. Weirdly, the DSS-1 seems to be slightly faster than this Esdes ship. So what would you like to do?
So I hadn't actually thought about how I'm going to get them to stop without shooting at them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and hail them.
Okay. So
even though I can't speak their language or communicate with them.
No, the Esdes can speak your language.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yes, they are quick to learn. So you hail them, send out a ping, and they return, and the female Esdes, the creepy one that gave you guys all your scales tests, is sitting there in a kind of very high-backed chair with kind of like spines just arcing away from it, very gothic. And she says, "Oh, the one they call Rune. How can I help you?"
You can give my friends back so I don't have to shoot.
I do not know what you're talking about.
I know you have them. We've tracked them to your ship.
Who tracked them?
My robot. Duh.
And that's your proof?
That's all the proof I need.
It sounds like It's just your word against mine. Hearsay, rather. I'm a little offended that you would pursue me, come all this way to start spouting accusations without any proof.
There are 2 humans on your ship. There are no other humans in this galaxy.
I do not know what a human is. And if we come across authorities, I have never met you before. And she turns off her camera, and the feed goes dead. A geometrically challenging mess of angles and cables dashes through space, carrying in its bowels 2 of perhaps the only 3 humans in this system. These 2 are astronauts, or at least they would have been, if anything had gone according to mission parameters. Now they are survivors whose only current objective is to stay that way. Their kidnappers, a small collective of Esdes known as the Ascendancy, ready their surgical equipment to perform calculated medical butchery on these 2 humans. Yuhuan and Samson might be able to free themselves from their captors, but with the void of space waiting for them just outside this alien ship, their only hope of escape lies in the hands of young Rune Carlson. As Rune speeds after the fleeing alien ship, controlling hundreds of tons of metal and explosive fuel, she can't help but remember the fateful car accident that killed her boyfriend and put her in this ship, some 30 light years from home. So far, Rune has been able to rely on the leadership of Samson and the brains of Yuhuan, but now she is alone, and only she can stop the Ascendancy and save her friends.
Okay, I have come up with one plan, so if it doesn't work, we're all fucked. Because I have no clue what else I can do.
I can't wait.
All right.
This is going to be so good.
Okay.
I believe in you.
Yes. So I want to shoot at, like, just the thrusters of the ship.
Okay.
So that it can't continue to propel forward. But I don't blow everyone up.
They're kind of in a tangled jumble of other stuff. So, nothing about this ship makes logical sense to your human brain. Let me get my binder out.
Let me get my dice out.
So, I'll give you a choice. You can either be an unleash power move, where you set the parameters kind of in a specific way, or it's going to be a fiercely assault move.
I like the consequences of Unleash Power better, and my lore is the same as my force, so we're going to go with Unleash Power. That is going to be a 10, baby!
All right. This is feeling too easy.
Listen,
right,
it's been 2 episodes of this already. It's not easy.
Yes, fair enough.
Had time to go get the
on
weighted
a 10
dice.
plus, pick 3. The device does exactly what you wanted. The device can be used again. You don't rouse other devices in your environment. You avoid the device's side effects.
We're going to go with the device does exactly what I wanted. I don't rouse other devices in my environment, and I avoid the device's side effects.
Okay, this is interesting. So the one you didn't pick is going to be fun. So you take aim with these blasters that you installed, so you know how they work. Better than Samson, who did whiff it on his only attempt on using these guns. And you line up your shot just so, and you hit the button. The button that is some weird, non-essential system on-off switch that you have linked to the guns. And it fires a single shot out into the void of space. You watch the green beam projectile itself forward and strike just above the like thruster fire of this enemy ship. Everything on that ship just slows, and the fire has ceased. You do hear a sort of upsetting, like kind of creaking noise from the wings of of your ship that kind of don't sound good for the guns.
Guys, I broke the guns.
Maybe a teensy bit.
Might have broken
Gun breaker.
We got a whole case of them. It'll be fine.
Now that the enemy ship has ceased movement, you kind of look around and assess your surroundings, and you have come pretty much 60% of the way around this blue dwarf star. In front of you is a small planet that's orbiting the star pretty closely. You can see it seems to be locked in like a consistent orbit. The planetoid doesn't rotate. As such, there is a liquid hot side of the planet and a dark side that you can't see much on. And the enemy ship is now kind of drifting through space, sort of using like air pressure to kind of push itself, limping in the direction of that system. Greetings from beyond space and time. I am the Game Master. Every episode, I like to take a second to appear, hat in hand, to ask for a little bit of financial support. If you enjoy what we do, please consider becoming a subscriber at patreon.com/roll_warriors. This really is a ton of work that the whole crew puts in for every episode, and your contributions could help us make it even better. $5 a month is all it takes to become a patron, and we do have some bonus episodes available for backers and the opportunity to suggest what you would like for us to do for our next bonus episode. I have begun the process of mastering and polishing the vast collection of music from Season 1 of Roll Warriors into something of an album. Now, the final product won't include everything that I composed for the season, but I have selected tracks that I felt could stand alone as music worth listening to. Keep an eye out for more information in the future about the release date and place for this album. I will most likely be creating a deluxe version of the album as a Patreon exclusive, which will include more tracks and perhaps even more goodies, so be sure to subscribe today. If money is tight right now, which I totally get, consider following us on Twitter at Roll Warriors and sharing us with your friends and family. Word of mouth is a really powerful tool, and you could help us out immensely by just getting your friends listening as well. That just about wraps up the ads, so I will let you get back to the episode. On the inside of the ship, who has the chain?
Samson does.
Samson's got the chain. You've got it like wrapped around your hands in a garrote, just ready for action.
Hell yeah. Got those dukes up.
Yep. And you see one of the large Ascendancy Esdes, like a male, comes up to the door, and his little clavicle tentacles extend and glow green, and then the door kind of like vibrates and parts, and he enters with some sort of kind of very jagged looking black knife, and kind of points it at both of you and says, "Move it or lose it."
Johan says, "Well, I'm already about to fucking lose it." And can I like roll for a fiercely assault, because I'm not going anywhere with a jagged knife. All right, I rolled a 10. Woo!
Okay. On the 10 plus, you choose 2 from the list, and I choose 1 from mine. So your list is: your avenue of escape is clear. You inflict savage, terrifying harm, frightening and dismaying your foes. You scavenge something valuable, gain a device. You get information from your foe, get 1 data.
Alright, so the first one I'm going to choose is I savagely terrify my opponent.
What are you attacking him with?
Yeah.
What does this look like?
I'm just like running and flailing. Desperate times calls for desperate measures. Okay, so I'm ready.
And it's weirdly working because he's like looking right at you with a knife, and you still manage to get him somehow. All right, interesting. Continue. What's your other choice?
My other choice is like the point. I guess like a point of like escape is clear. I guess I don't expect us to like completely escape, but we're at least getting out of this weird dungeon with a knife.
Sure. So I'm gonna say, the savage, terrible harm you're inflicting, like, you connect with him with your fists, in just the right spot, where he's not like got a lot of technology going. This is the guy. He's got like the big kind of tank in his chest where you can still see some food kind of floating around dissolving, and you hit that and crack it, and like now he's like gripping his stomach as fluid is leaking out. He does, while you're in close, he is going to give you harm appropriate to the enemy and stab you in the leg with this knife. You will take 2 harm as you feel this knife vibrate into your skin, and kind of like blood kind of shoots out in all directions. It's kind of like being hit with like a rotary saw or something.
Oh my lord! Fall to the ground.
What?
Holy shit!
What does 2 harm say for you? What is your condition now?
I'm overwhelmed.
Okay.
Okay. Samson! I'm overwhelmed.
Why?
Good. All right.
Why?
All right. So, the other condition that you picked, your avenue of escape is clear. So he's distracted with this like, break in his chest piece, and Samson, you see like a clear point of attack.
Oh, sorry. 1 second. 1 second. Okay. So you did specify that I was like bleeding, and it says that 3 harm is me bleeding.
Well, you have blood has left your body. I'm not gonna say, like, that is narrative. The bleeding means that you now have -1 steel. So like that would be consistent, like just like blood loss. Getting stabbed is overwhelmed you, but you did lose blood because it's a knife.
Okay.
Yeah. But you see, there's a difference.
Okay. Yeah. I got it.
This guy like is clutching his stomach, and he's kind of leaned forward, and you've got chains in hand, Samson.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking deck this dude.
And the
I'm also gonna fiercely assault this man thing.
All right.
Break his stomach tank. Break his stomach tank, Samson.
I got a 7.
All right. 7 to a 9. You choose 1, and I choose 2.
Oh. Well, I am gonna scavenge something valuable from him.
Okay. So you go like overhead with these 2 chains to just kind of like hit him over the head, and he drops the knife onto the ground as he like
Got it.
gets hit. You do see him like just before he gets hit by you, he says, "They've broken free," into some sort of communicator. So others will come after you is one of the conditions.
Okay.
And the second one is the situation is destabilized and chaos will follow. But you could probably have guessed that from the beginning.
Right. Yeah.
So he's now down on the ground. He's unconscious. His knife lays on the ground next to you. It's dark in here, but you can kind of make it out. And you pick it up.
Yeah. I give the knife to Yuhuan, and I say, "Are you okay?"
No, I've been
let's see if we
stabbed
can.
in the leg.
I'm gonna. Can I? Do we need to do something? Can we do something to help that, or is this just gonna keep going? Like, could I disable or diffuse that?
I think there is a move.
There's like a healing move or something. I don't remember what it's called though.
There is Shake It Off, which is a move that Yu Huan can take in the moment. So when you take cover or put space between you and a threat, heal any minor harm box.
Yeah.
The GM says how the situation changes while you're distracted. So that will take some time.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just gonna like rip off a sleeve of my shirt and use it as like a tourniquet or something.
Yeah, that's not gonna reduce a harm box, but it narratively will make the situation better.
Keep us going.
Yuan can probably calm down a little bit.
Yuan, why did you do that?
Because
I probably shouldn't be laughing.
Because there was just some diabolical floaty tentacle alien ominously walking towards us with a black knife of doom. And I've been in some situations before, and I was just not going to be in this one. So I decided to take my chances, and that chance took me. And now we got to get the hell out of here.
Well, let's go ahead and get you stitched up, and we're going to try to keep moving on. Do you think you can walk?
I think I can walk. I have no choice but to walk, because I'm not going to wait here for more ominous alien mad scientists to come at me with pulsating knives. So, yeah, let's go.
Yep, all right. So, I hand you Juan the knife, and we'll just keep on going.
All right. The interior of the Esdes ship is unlike anything you two have ever seen before. The mess of cables that is present on the outside of the ship is all but the more intense inside. Almost spider webs of fibers sending eerie green light lace themselves backward and forwards across the corridor. This seems to be the only source of light inside the ship, save for plumes of colored liquid bubbling in lithe tubes along the walls. The maze of corridors juts out at odd angles and takes unexpected directional changes. Just as you get yourselves oriented to this strange environment, you see another two Ascendancy stalk towards you from a corridor further back, their clavicle tentacles extended out in front of them glowing the green light. Whenever a fiber strand would block their way, it glows in synchrony with the tentacles and unravels away, letting the Esdes pass before reforming behind them. Just as you two attempt to move away, the cables stay firm in your path. They are hard celery stalks to your touch.
Okay, so now we have...
I'm going to use a move on these guys, a character move. Can I do that?
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to try to command them to freeze, hopefully to, make them do something.
This has worked so well for you in the past.
Okay, well, I rolled a 7, so it's fine. Okay. By the skin of my teeth. I'm gonna put up my my fists, and I'm gonna run towards them, and I'm gonna tell them to run the other way. Like, you better get out of here. Start swinging at them.
All right, so it's moderately effective. What does command say on a 7 to 9?
On a 7 to 9, I get to pick one where it says, and they have to do it. It says freeze, get out of there, or attack. So I'm telling them to get out of there.
Okay. They kind of look at you with this seething rage. They see you with your chains. That doesn't really spook them as much as Yu Huan is brandishing the knife behind you.
Yes!
And they kind of whisper something into arm communicators and kind of retreat back the other way.
I will cut you all.
That's right. Tell them.
I'll cut all of you.
Good job. We're going to keep on going. We're going to get out of here.
Okay, so how do we make these tentacle doors work? Wait, can I try to unleash power? Yeah, I understand as Desi technology if I speak their language, right? Can I try to do that?
You can attempt it, yeah.
Okay.
It's not like these aren't like completely blocking you. There's you could climb through them, but if you want to try to figure them out, you can.
I feel like the scientist in me really wants to try and figure out how this works. And it's also a nice distraction from my impaled leg. So let's see.
Because you're still definitely overwhelmed by that.
Yes. All right. I rolled a 7. Okay. 8, including my bonus.
Okay, so you're gonna get to pick 2 from the list below.
I guess the device does exactly what I wanted it to. Is it just this one door that can be used again, or is it any fibrous tentacle door?
I'm gonna rule that if you can figure out how to get past one of them, you can figure out how to get past them all.
Okay, so the device can be used again.
Okay. So you kind of like you're inspecting this thing and kind of like tap the knife to the tendrils, and they kind of like retreat away from it very quickly.
Oh my God, Samson! Did you see that? It moved.
Yeah, and in fact, like you hear like this kind of like buzzing noise, and like the kind of the corridor shimmers a little bit. And shudders, and then all of the tentacles in the corridor retreat.
Oh my God, I've always wanted to...
All these fibrous cables are just going away.
Okay.
What did you do?
I don't know! I waved my magic wand, and it moved! It's like they all flailed away from me in fear, like I was using a spell or something. I don't know, this is cool tech. Okay, well anyway, I think I know how to open these doors, so maybe moving around will be less
challenging for sure.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. I guess we could just keep going and figure out where it takes us, and hopefully it isn't to our deaths.
Let's keep on going.
We just like zoom out on like the overhead of you guys like trying to work your way through this like maze of corridors with walls coming out where they shouldn't, and you'll take a left turn and then a left turn and then a left turn, but you're somewhere new, and it's like, what? This doesn't make any sense. So yeah, we kind of ascend as you're just trying to figure out where you're going. You are seeing this ship now kind of careening without thruster power towards this planetoid. What are you doing?
Okay, so I would really like to approach and possibly board this ship.
Okay. How are you going to make that happen?
I mean, it has like a docking bay or whatever, right?
Yes. I mean to say that docking is usually a consensual procedure, something that two ships agree to do together.
Right. And
you get the sense in the back of your head, they probably don't want me to dock. So how are you going to force the issue?
Just start flailing your arms. They're weak to arm flailing.
Yes, arm flailing. No, let me see. Is there a way for me to manually override their docking system?
Not wirelessly, not like remotely. Like you couldn't like send a signal over to their ship that fucks with their systems in any way, because their technology is different from yours.
Right.
You could probably figure a way to manually override it, but you'd have to be close You'd have to like get your hands on their technology to do it.
All right, well, you know what? Fuck it. I didn't want them to know I was there, but I'm gonna go ahead and call them again.
Okay. Yeah, you call them, and the video channel opens, and you kind of just see like the Esdes that you've spoken with many times in the past now, kind of just like not looking at you, just like looking off to the side, focusing on some camera or on some like control panel in front of them.
I want to convince them to let me dock, but I really would like to do so by intimidating them because I just shot them once and I am not scared to do it again.
Okay. So mad bluff.
Is that going to be a find common ground or a diffuse roll?
I think no. I find common ground would work probably.
Okay. In that case, I have a character move called Hunter for Hire, where when I find common ground using my combat skills as leverage, I can roll force instead of sway. I feel like that applies since I'm trying to intimidate them.
Yeah, I feel like that does too. I love the idea of this, just like Rune as a college student dropout deep in space. It's just like, I don't give a shit anymore. I will blow you up.
I don't give a fuck. Okay, so I call them, and let's say they answer, and I'm like, you let me come get my friends right now, or I'm gonna blow you out of the fucking sky. And I'm gonna roll. I'm really, really glad that I got to roll force instead of sway, because that was exactly a 7.
With the sway or with the force?
With the force, it would have been a 5 without, because I have -1 sway.
Gotcha.
I'm really glad that worked the way I wanted it to.
So, on a 7 and 9, I get to pick 2, and both of these must be met. Number 1, you reduce the threat you pose to them. Number 2, you give them something now that's worth it. This ascendancy Esdes, she says, you have shown that you're willing to fire on me, so I accept that it's something you would do again. Here's how this is going to go. I still have your friends. They are at my mercy as we speak. So, in addition to powering down your weapons, you're going to have to give me something. Something that's worth more than their organs towards our perfection. Because I don't think they're worth anything to you dead, but I can still harvest them.
I have another alien on my ship whose organs might be more compatible for you. So you can have that.
Show me.
Okay, so Android, go get the thing.
Android's like, there are many things. Which one shall I retrieve for you?
Android, go get the alien. Oh my god.
Right. The one that's stinking up the
We're
hold.
talking about an alien.
I didn't know if you meant alien in relation to her or us, or I'm gonna go get it.
Thank you. Thank you, Android.
Stomps out of the room, and you're kind of just like sitting there on comms, awkwardly trying to like genuflect, but also be intimidating.
Yeah.
And it's just like a long, awkward silence, and Android returns like dragging a corpse and kind of like slumps it in front of the camera. Why do you have a dead Imperial on your ship?
I found it. It's gonna be you if you don't let me come get my friends.
You know what? That's a valid threat. That's fair. Do you know how much trouble you are in? I don't even care what I'm doing to you right now. But, like, they don't leave their own without revenge. So, you know what? I'm going to take that body because it's not me they're going to be after. You guys still have to deal with the kind of ramifications of whatever it was you did to get this thing on board. You know what? That's a fair trade. One moment. And like gets off the camera and you can just kind of like hear her in the background going, "Where the fuck are they? Get them right now. Excuse me a moment." And like the line goes dead. Samson and Yuhuan, you have gotten yourselves thoroughly lost. You're in a corridor that seemingly has 4 like dead ends, and you don't know how you ended up here. You hear over the intercom, "Come out. We've settled on a deal. Your friend has bought your freedom.
I don't believe
and
you.
The price
I don't believe
was
you.
high."
She's totally trying to trick us. She's trying to
There's no way.
I will take my chance in this living spaghetti to believe a word that you say. If you come near me, I have a pulsating knife that controls tentacles. We will be a challenge.
It's funny that you say that, because I remember you selecting that the device does exactly what you wanted, and the device can be used again. Which means you didn't avoid the device's side effects. As you guys are kind of standing, like, back to back, kind of trying to figure out where to go next, or who to trust, from the ceiling the camera sees, a long, spindly tendril kind of slowly making its way down, the fibers just tickling the air. And before you guys can think, you are both grabbed by the head and are now like being suspended in the air by this big fibrous cable.
They're trying to kill us again. I'm like swinging my arms back at this thing, trying to hit it.
Why isn't it listening? Tentacle, I have the knife. Ah! Oh my god, I'm sorry, Samson. I'm sorry, we should have stayed in a dungeon and now we're gonna get killed by...
Cut yourself free so that we can get out of here.
The tendrils start to pull you up into like an aperture. It's very like hard to see what's up there. It's just like a lot of stuff kind of like in the way of whatever this opening is. And it kind of feels like as you're pulled through it, it kind of feels like coarse, almost like some sort of like coral or something rough. And you are pulled through a just long tunnel of it as it like cuts and grates at your skin. And then you are ejected into space.
We're dead?
What?
You see, Rune, you see them like floating by by the window.
Wow.
They're like still wearing their spacesuits, right?
I think we're dead.
Well, you have Samson's.
Yeah.
And
dead.
Yuhuan took theirs off, so
to wear their I think it was hot clothes.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't regret anything.
So we're dead, floating through space.
Well, you're not dead. You have about 30 seconds as like the cold of space starts to like crystallize your skin.
Shit. Okay, so is there anything on our ship that can pull them in?
Can we just do a diffuse roll?
I mean, I'm gonna do a diffuse roll, but I feel like we have to have a narrative, something
like a
that
thing
actually
to be able to do
happens.
it. Yeah, that's fair.
Because we're recording
right.
a podcast here, not just playing a game.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Do we have a tractor beam?
No, you have a tether. Old school.
Do we have more than one? Because there's 2 people floating out there.
Can Android we have Android. Can't she just like take her ass out the airlock and like propel towards us and retrieve us or something?
Android's already busy doing the propelling towards the enemy ship to give them the corpse that you just traded them.
Yeah.
Android's out of the pool of resources you have right now.
Okay, that's fair.
I will say this: you have more than one tether, but it is probably it's not like a manual or like a controllable thing. You have to take it somewhere. You have to drag it yourself.
Can we wasteland survival our way? Like try to push off the ship as they jettison us out towards our ship?
You're already free floating.
Oh, okay.
The force of you being kind of ejected has you going in a direction.
Okay.
Okay, so I am just gonna grab a tether and use the suit with the rocket boots and go get him. Go get him.
So we see like Rune see that happen, go, shit, run down to the airlock. Like you're like throwing a suit on as you go, pants in. Oh shit, I'm in the wrong leg. Like pants in, helmet on. You grab the tether, you carabiner itself to you, and you open hit the airlock door, not even worried about the secondary door. Like you're just, I have to get out into space now, and shoot yourself into space. So yeah, go ahead and defuse.
It's gonna be plus steel.
Yeah, endurance or quick action.
Okay, thank God again. That was a 7.
Okay. 7 and 9, you've bought some time, but choose one. The GM will demand a sacrifice to secure your safety. It's only a temporary retrieve, and the danger will soon return. The danger is still present, but threatening someone or something else.
I know I'm going to regret this, Gavin, but I'm going to let you demand a sacrifice to secure our safety.
All right.
Ooh.
So.
Let you do some of the quick thinking.
Yeah, put me in a spot here. Okay, here's what happens. You see the alien exchange has happened now, and Android has kind of pushed off from the alien ship, but there's no thrusters coming from her like boots. She is drifting in space, and she's going the opposite direction.
Is she fleeing?
You can no. She
like...
is tumbling.
Oh.
The gravity of the sun starting to pull at her free floating self, and you have a trajectory to plot here, where you can either go for Android or you can go for Samson and Yuhuan.
I mean, obviously I'm going for Samson and Yuhuan, even though they are much less useful than Android. No offense, guys.
No, you're totally right.
Taken.
You can't be offended because I just saved your fucking lives.
Right.
That's right.
I'm useless and alive. I'm okay with that.
You push off, you get to Samson and Yuhuan, you grab them both, one hand to one body, and start rocketing yourself backwards, attached to this tether, and you see the small body of Android just kind of floating away towards a blue star. And then, just as you arrive at the airlock with the two friends in tow, you hit the button, you see, you slam the door behind you, and they are like coughing and trying to recover their air, like both on their hands and knees. And you look out the window at the alien ship, which is still limping its way towards its remote base on this planetoid. And then something shoots it. A big beam of red energy hits through the center of this ship. And before it can react, it explodes. And a large obsidian knife ship comes into view.
Oh no!
Oh, God.